And now we have the two best teams so far in this event. The SK Prime with their sub in Broken Shard and N Faculty, who took down Ninjas in Pajamas yesterday. I'm eGag. Having Jimmy here is Spuddington. And picks and bans underway. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We are, as you say, into the picks and bans so far. Just bans so far. Nothing too surprising. Kale, Thresh, Braum, Kassadin, Yasuo, Jax. And it's worth noting, of course, that the winner of this game is going to be going on to face, the loser of this game is going to be going on to face NIP in the losers bracket finals tomorrow, I believe. So, will that be SK Prime or N Faculty? Because, of course, NIP were knocked down into the losers bracket in the first place. But we'll be able to see that was just a flash in the pan if we end up with a rematch. Irelia first pick.
Irelia first pick. Apparently Europe just loves playing Irelia top. She seems to be OP for them, and I think she's pretty good. She's in a decent spot.
She's good. She's people. It's a weird thing where Europe definitely does overestimate how strong Irelia is, but NA underestimates it. So she's somewhere in the middle.
All right, and from what I can see, it doesn't look like anything's been picked yet, but I can only assume that they're going to go with a top pick, like maybe Shyvana or Lulu. I know Aurelia was already picked up for SK, so I'm trying to figure out what Prawn Bear is going to pick up for the side of N Faculty. Sigyu had a really good showing.
Lulu and Lee Sin with the second lockups, and actually we may have two more coming in quickly. Vel'Koz being hovered over those, so maybe not so serious, those two.
My stream must be really far behind because I don't see any picks yet.
Wow, yeah. Well in the past.
I'm going to refresh. So, N Faculty have Lulu and Lee Sin on my side, so I like the Lee Sin jungle. The Lulu could go top or mid, depending. And after the quick refresh, I don't know. What did SK pick up as well?
Yeah, still hovering. Still hovering over Vel'Koz specifically and Lucian. Lucian would make a lot of sense. Very generous pick. Really, obviously makes a lot of sense and works with a lot of different compositions, and also is very good against unusual matchups in top lane. People like Kale, for instance, don't do particularly well against Aurelia, which is what makes her quite unique. In the end, they choose to lock out the Elise and the Lucian, so not too surprising. Very, very good top of the picks.
All right. Strong pick for Broken Shard, one of his main jungles, and Heydal. Very, very good at Lucian. Yesterday he played his first game against Keed as Twitch for some reason and just got stomped. And then the next two games he played Lucian and stomped from the respective side of his team there. So just going with a very strong AD carry for himself.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with Lucian. Item changes apparently have actually knocked his win rate in solo queue, but that may be just people adapting to how to build AD carries nowadays. And Faculty hovering in Nivea at the moment. Nivea Caitlyn. 5 seconds left on it. And swapping it out there for Morgana in the end. So Caitlyn and Morgana. But again, it's this Caitlyn pick that we're seeing people returning to. And while I haven't had as much time as I'd like on the new patch, I'm still not sure how well she does against Lucian.
Well, from what we saw from BRTT, it didn't go too heavily in his favor. Got poked down a little too hard too many times. But Caitlyn's still a strong pick nonetheless. And when paired with a Morgana, she can't be CC'd with the Black Shield. So we'll see if Steelback can make it work this time around with Mountain. And it looks like they're waiting to save their mid pick possibly. And maybe that Lulu will be top.
It could be either. They don't have to commit to one plan or the other. So flexibility isn't just having a plan and deceiving your opponent about it, it's being able to adapt your plan. SK Prime now hovering over the Nami, which would make a lot of sense against Morgana. Very strong support just in general, but specifically has a good matchup against her, especially when you're looking to go all in with Lucian, get the double proc on her E. Teemo being hovered. And locked, actually, so it's probably a placeholder.
Yeah.
Or SK Prime are innovators, scholars, and gentlemen.
Waterfox's mid Teemo coming out to play today.
Yeah, I bet it. Oh man, if it is, you will be prophetic, and I will be surprised. I will be happy. Quite surprised.
As someone who's played competitive Teemo myself, against the complexity. I went 15 and 15 in that game. It was really fun. The
Oh boy. He's
good old NACL days.
oh god. He's really annoying, Timo.
Even after
Oh
the
god.
nerf, he's pretty good still. Either way,
I
I
built
love
I built
Timo.
a Timo once as like a bruiser. Like weird bruiser though. I built like Sunfire Cape into Leandries. Worked surprisingly well. Anyway, final lock in here from In Faculty is going to be Shyvana, so they've got a very classic
Oh, and
all-in
Ziggs.
composition, and yeah, SK Prime have also. We'll be remaking the lobby now, and we'll be picking Ziggs.
Oh, Timo and Ziggs. Damn, my smile slowly just turned into a frown. Oh well.
Of the
Shyvana
many
up top for
things
Prom
that
Bear too.
Timo is, Ziggs is pretty much everything else.
True.
Long range versus short range, annoying versus charming, good versus bad, all these things.
Very true. So they'll pick everything up again. I like both the lineups. I like the Aurelia top. It's always fun to see. And against the Shyvana, it'll be a very farm heavy lane until one of them gets the first back. And obviously they'll both run teleport and look for roaming ganks, and it'll come down to the junglers once again to make things happen. Because Ziggs versus it was LeBlanc mid? Yeah. No. I didn't see what the mid pick. Oh, it's Lulu mid. Ziggs versus Lulu mid is very farm heavy and very poke heavy, and they'll usually just stay pretty passive.
Yeah, he's one of those characters you can run into almost any matchup and still do pretty damn well with, so nothing too surprising there. And we have got some joke bans coming in, guys, because of course this is the placeholder system. They didn't have the champions they wanted to pick, so they've swapped them out now, and now locking in at light speed here for In Faculty and for SK Prime. And I believe actually both teams have a sub at the moment, because Broken Shot is not SK Prime's original jungler,
Nope.
and Steelback is not In Faculty's original AD carry.
Yeah, but they played well nonetheless yesterday, so we'll see how the two winners can do against each other.
50 seconds till the delay timer now. But, fairly even, honestly. I've got to say, between these two teams, I don't feel like either side has gotten hugely the better of the other in Champion Select. Both of them have strong-ish lanes. Going to be quite interesting to see how the Irelia versus the Shyvana matchup goes. That one can go either way and tends to go quite heavily one way, either way, depending on which way it goes. Whereas the mid lane, probably a farm fest, and I wouldn't imagine bot lane will see too much action till level 6.
Yeah, it'll all come to the junglers, but we're gonna hit that spectator delay, so we're gonna do a quick commercial break. But before that, you can check out probuilds.net to find the latest and greatest in professional guides, builds, and the champions that they're playing, flavor of the month, and such. Also, you can check out Logitech gaming gear, best headsets, keyboards, and mice. So check those out. But with that, we'll go to the break. When we come back, we'll have the next best of three here between N Faculty and SK Prime. Alright guys, welcome back to game 1 of SK Prime, taking on Team N Faculty here, and yeah, we're on to the Rift. It's going to be fun. These are the winners side of the bracket, so whoever loses this will go down to the loser side to play against Ninjas in Pajamas, who just beat Keat Stars. I'm Egad. Going to be joining me here is Spuddington, and we're on the Rift and we're good to go.
We are indeed. Both teams having a bit of a chat actually going on right now, but Broken Shard regaling us of tales of North America. God. But yeah, he's been there for quite a long time now, really. Think about it. The last time I remember him playing in Europe was
30 seconds until minions spawn.
ooh, probably 8-9 months ago. Must have been. Maybe less. Maybe I'm going mad. My sense of time is terrible, and it's not really that relevant anyway. But back to the fold, and back to the best region.
The best region, but the worst servers. QQ.
Or maybe.
One day. One day the dream.
In fairness, I haven't had any crashes since they moved to the new data center.
Ooh!
Or anything.
Nice early ward kill by Prawn Bear.
Did he?
Yeah, he got it. Sink the twin fangs in. Got the auto attack. Not bad.
Yeah, that is good. The slight issue with that is he has now started with Twin Fang, which I guess is fair enough actually. It's not like he's against a ranged opponent here, so that's just as good as anything else. Gives him the auto attack reset. Probably is the most level 1 damage that you can get in a quick burst. Burnout would be probably more sustained damage, but that's not what he's going for right now. Up against Aurelia, because both of them tend to be pretty spiky in terms of their super early damage. Like level 1 and 2 we're talking here.
Zaitan got chunked down to half HP in that bot trade. Even with starting heal, he got absolutely demolished there. He's not starting Thorn Shield or anything crazy like that, so he's gonna be very, very squishy.
Yeah, it's a fun thing we actually see as time has gone by. Ports have been starting with less and less wards and just taking 4 potions with their spell thief or whatever other item of gold generation they choose to run with. That means with the mana pots, with the biscuits, you can really afford to lose a lot of health early. And if their opponent does take a ward, it means you have the chance to seriously outtrade them and start to push them around, get some DS advantage and keep them low.
Dude, this directed camera is going all over the place today. It's like flinging from top to bot to top to bot, then just looks at mid. It's hurting my head, man.
I'm pretty sure it's client side as well. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a server thing. So
yeah, it's client side.
I don't know why it would be EUS specifically.
Well, whatever.
Unless the software was made in NA. But okay, right. No, I'm gonna stop being racist. So, Broken Shard, leading the enemy jungle.
It's something that Wayne did to him yesterday, is he just established early control in that jungle. He dropped the deep ward by Wraiths as well, so gotta look to follow where Obvious goes if he can, and then just go back in his main way to farm.
I guess it only costs him, what, 20 seconds probably to get there and then get the ward down, and knowing where to counter gank, especially on Elise, is a big deal. So now Ziggs can push up harder, get some CS advantage there. Elise can go back to farming, safe in the knowledge that Obvious is probably not going to be able to get anything done.
Yeah, not for a little while. When he hits that 6, though, that's when we'll start seeing him hit his stride and looking for those aggressive plays. Same can be said for Broken Shard, though, so he wants to just keep leveling up and try to get some kind of lead. He has fallen a little bit behind, though, early on, so gotta keep that in mind. The mid lane's not too much going on there, just gonna be that bomb and glitter lance throwing contest to see who can hit the other the most. They're both still relatively full health. Up top, it's the same thing, it's just a wet noodle fight, just slapping each other back and forth.
Yeah, neither side has used their potion, and it seems honestly like neither side really feels like going aggressive. We may see some aggression now from Combat. Obvious is up in that area. We may just be going back to golems, but quite a bit of aggressive trading all of a sudden, and half of the health is gone on both of them. But, of course, Obvious is coming up.
Yep, so maybe gonna look for a bait here. Prombear could just desperately get himself low and then just, like, fling himself at Smitty and be like, alright, come in come in Obvious. And they can try to get a kill there, but yeah, Aurelia's pretty hard to catch nonetheless. Very high beast movement speed, and just very strong in general. And Obvious has just backed off as well, so Smitty's gonna be fine here. I want to talk about like the team fighting phase, because Tidal Wave, Zig's ultimate, and then like Aurelia can just keep shooting those Transcendent Blades. It's a very scary combination. But then like and faculty have huge disengage with like Shackles, Binding, Lulu's Shield and ultimate, and then like Lee Sin kick. So like it's gonna be very awkward some of these fights, because they'll be looking to go in and then like looking to disengage, and then just be like, oh, we can't kill each other.
Yeah, I think one of the big questions actually is going to be, how does SK Prime deal with the threat of Shyvana here? She's got a wild growth and a black shield potentially here. She can put out enough damage on her own. If she gets a good start, to be killing the entire backline on her own. And there's not any super easy, reliable CC to get rid of her, especially if she's got the black shield at the right time starting the fight. So it'd be a little bit tricky for them, but obviously there is always that option of counter diving with Aurelia and just trying to keep your distance with the culling. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
We'll see.
Progress.
No early first blood here. It's probably gonna be like maybe a 10 to 15 minute first blood, if anything, because both these teams, what I get the vibe is that they're like, we're just gonna farm, we're gonna bring this to the team fighting stage, because both teams probably feel confident enough to beat the other in a team fight. So unless some miraculously good god tier bubble comes in and they don't flash or heal or anything, there's a good binding. Bubble gets netted, and that's what I'm saying. The other aggression, just lots of disengage.
Yeah, there may be an issue for SK Prime emerging in the bot lane slowly, because if you check the pots on the supports right now, there's nothing coming of that, but if you check the pots on the supports right now, Zaitan is now completely out, Mountain is still sitting on 2, and if you end up stuck in a lane where Caitlyn's pushing you to your town, you haven't got any sustain, you haven't got any pots, you haven't got any mana, then you're in real trouble with that. Obvious.
Yep, and ooh, Broken Shard actually spotting out Obvious. There's no ward in there. He's gonna look to just go in here. He's gonna get all the damage he can. Obvious gets the red buff though. Actually, no, he lost it.
Nice.
Red buff went over to Broken Shard, so he gets slowed up. Sigu is there responding with a nice little Globalizer shield to keep him safe. But this is what Wing did, and Broken Shard definitely learning from it and applying the pressure to Obvious now. Just so much jungle pressure.
Really unpleasant to deal with that kind of thing, because if he'd stayed when he's on that health, he just gets killed, and he's actually going on mid.
Ah, he missed the cocoon, so that's pretty much the end of that. A Whimsy should be fine to get Sigu out of there. And alright, there's the aggression. It's coming around, about 8 minutes in, trying to get some kind of ganks out.
Indeed, it's both these junglers generally going to be wanting to try and make some plays early, but not going to be ultimately too fussed if they don't. So very much a farm from there though.
Might force out the Dragon's Descent here. Gotta be careful. The 10 style popped as well, so it ended. And if he got one more auto attack, he could have flash autoed and maybe got the kill if he didn't Dragon Descent in time. But that's gonna force Prombear back. He's got his TP too if he doesn't want to miss any of the CS. But maybe gonna save it for like a big team fight or something. But yeah, just
towards the point where Dragon could become an issue. It might be. And indeed, he's actually just used it for top lane, so no worries. Through that, I'm not interested.
Alright, so he's just going straight Sunfire Cave, so pretty standard route. Nothing crazy gonna come out of him. We might see Smithy J go for like the triple Doran's Blade start that we saw him do yesterday. But if he doesn't, then maybe a Sheen or like a Zeal or something crazy. Prombear even walks up, tanks 2 turret shots just to get the Dragon's Breath, but that puts Broken Shard in a good position to come in here. Flash is available, so is Dragon's Ascent. He's gonna use the burnout, and he'll actually be able to get out, but Binding connects down bot. Just gonna trade up a little bit and back right on away.
Yeah, the issue here is though now Smitty J is kind of stuck in the top lane. Doesn't have the wave clear yet without his ultimate to push it out, but once that's up, he'll be okay. However, will he live long enough to see it happen?
Probably. I think so.
Well,
maybe.
Right, but
that's the real question.
Can he get the insect?
Alright, Smitty J. Getting this shit out by the Dragon. They chase him down. He's gonna get the stun underneath the bot and the turret. He actually flashes while Cocoon Repel comes down on top of him. He kicks him away. Broken Shard cannot fight Prombear right now. The dive gonna possibly come out here. Sonic Wave. Oh, flashes it. If he did not, he would have died for sure. And again, very, very close exchange of abilities there. And they both just get out alive.
Yes, indeed. And of course, Smitty J is the one with the teleport, so if he wants to use that to get back into lane, he will get there first. He will get a small CS advantage, but there is already a little bit of a gap between them. We've got 78 on Irelia, 70 on Shyvana. Typically, though, as this matchup goes on, without kills, Irelia will start to fall behind as Shyvana itemizes her Sunfire Cape, gets health, gets armor, and just gets a little bit too difficult for Irelia to chip down with quick, strong trades, and then just sticks to Irelia and ends up winning in the long term.
Alright, and with the first back, Smitty J gets the Sheen into the Zeal, so rushing straight for that Trinity Force. No extra early Doran's Blades here today. And he has only 3% lifesteal, so no lifesteal this page too. Just that Doran's Blade.
It does give him, again, this is the thing, he wants to be doing quick, strong trades with a little bit of burst on them. Sheen is definitely the way to go if you want to get that. Triforce is the way to go for that, and I suspect he just didn't have enough gold to finish off the page. Couldn't check that for myself, but he's actually going to be going in here.
Oh, you might pick up the kill. Sends it Blades, forcing out the flash. He doesn't have flash himself, though, but here comes Obvious now. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, gets the kick. The Resonating Strike to follow.
Oh, timed out!
Times out! Obvious is not able to press the button fast enough, and Smitty J gets away, and still no first blood. 11.5 minutes.
That was a cute little equilibrium strike there from Smitty, because he was aware that Obvious would probably time out. And this is dead worth it for them. They're going to be getting the Dragon here from that particular play in the top lane. Maybe Shyvana will be able to take the tower, but it's looking doubtful, and she needs to back herself, maybe clear one more wave. Unless actually they go for a return kill when Smitty J comes back into lane. That is an option. We'll see if they do that. Won't be for another 10, 15 seconds if they choose to do so. But definitely a good set of plays there from SK Prime.
Very smart play by SK Prime. And they secure their nice little 700 gold lead. It's not much at this point, but it does help out. And the first backs come on through, steal back, getting towards that Infinity's Edge already. BF sort of a pickaxe for him. Same could be said for Haydol when he wants to pick that up. Sigurd trying to steal the Blue Wraith away, but cannot get it as What a Fox. Gonna pick that up. And no first blood this early on. It's doesn't feel like a Challenger scene game, for sure.
It happens. This is Europe.
It is Europe. Very slow played.
Yeah. Oh well. There's been attempts. Well, what I can't stand is when there's a game where no one even tries to kill anyone, and they just literally say, "We're gonna win in team fight phase, guys. Let's not take advantage of anything at all." Right now, actually, think about it. There's a big power spike for Prombear with the Sunfire Cape. Irelia still hasn't finished the Triforce. That means the junglers now have big opportunities to try and make stuff happen around here, and that's actually why we're seeing both of them in the area.
Oh, connects on the Prombear. Look at going Dragon Sense in though. Broken Shard solo. The kick comes out from Smitty. There's the bomb coming in from Ziggs, but first blood over to Siggy with the Glitter Lance, and that's in Faculty knowing their damage. They just went straight on in and bursted them out.
Yeah, Dragon's Descent itself does deceptively much damage, and then they were very, very grouped, so they all took the burnout damage, the E damage. Don't actually know if they got hit by the Twin Bite, but definitely a plausible thing. Dig's ult is probably why SK Prime thought they could make that work for them, because they would have that global advantage, but didn't happen from there.
Oh, they're going to get the dive as well. Smitty J is going to go down. It'll be the burnout from Prombear. And that'll be 2 quick kills, and now we're seeing the aggression come out.
Getting the kills, getting the advantage for Shyvana, and when Irelia falls behind, she starts to really seriously stuff her for it. So now, Shyvana actually roaming around here. Got a ward. Warding the blue buff. They better take it away quickly.
Alright, we'll see if, no, actually it doesn't look like anybody's going to contest it, so it'll go over to Wadafox, who's been, the silent CS hero here. He's almost 40 CS above Sigu right now, even though he got that kill, so it makes up for it quite heavily. And he's doing the Ziggs thing where he just farms all day. Yep, he's actually
why not?
Really above perfect CS right now. He's at 14 minutes, he should have 140, and he's got 160, so doing a phenomenal job. He's probably picking up camps as well with that CS.
Yeah, well, we've seen actually several times Sigu has tried to stop him getting the camps and actually not been successful in any of those occasions. So it's not like Sigu is farming badly. It is just literally what Fox is farming incredibly well.
So he actually has quite a bit of gold, goes back, he's probably going to pick up his rod now. And actually, let's look across the board. Did anybody have any outstanding gold numbers? No, just Steelback just got 1,000. So he's going to be able to pick up his IE soon, but Obvious coming down. Tidal Wave connects. They're going to let it go into this one. Flash kick goes in onto the side. Tam, there's the Shackles. They follow up to Mountain with the perfect timing. Binding comes out as well with the pool. He's able to get him, but Zeiss picks up a kill on Obvious and going to be able to dash and flash away. Shard is still there. Maybe you look for a kill on Steelback. Going to get the red buff applied to Mountain, but they trade 1-for-1, and the carry picked up the kill for both sides, so helps them both out tremendously, but still in favor of Fnatic. I mean, of N Faculty. I don't know what I call it. Fnatic. Whoa!
Suddenly we're LCS here.
LCS teams, all right. Oh, Mountain gonna get caught a little bit
I've
here,
cast
but
Fnatic once back in season 2.
the old days. Repelling down, Broken Shard to get the red buff. They actually forced the heal. Wow.
Weird. Okay, so Broken Shard's down bottom, but yeah, I thought it was a bit strange. He was seemingly trying to sneak his way into the lane there, but not going to happen. Just going to be able to recall, but pushes out the lane. A nice little edge for them. Full Infinity Edge now picked up by Caitlyn, and it's worth noting we haven't been focusing on that bottom lane too much, but Caitlyn has actually been out-farming Lucian. That is not a particularly good sign because previously we've seen Lucian really dominate the laning phase, although he himself has also gone for the Infinity Edge first this time.
Huh. Alright. So it's going to help quite a bit for the harassing stage of the lane for both of them. If they both get random crits, they could just win that lane out right there. So it'll be highly dependent on that.
That's the dumb thing about Infinity Edge.
25% chance, 1 in 4, you can get it. Not bad.
The fact that some people know, some people don't, is that it's not a flat 25%.
Yeah, I know. It's random.
Yeah. It's like weighted. The more you hit people, the higher without critting, the higher your chance gets. But when you're only trading one auto attack in lane, then it's much closer to that actual random.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see if that comes into effect. It's kind of avoiding. They're really avoiding each other right now. If the Tidecaller's Blessing and then he has his Gunslinger passive up and gets 2 hits there, there's a chance that both could crit, and that'll be pretty much a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, and remember, of course, one of the things about Nami is being a sustained support is actually good in the current meta where people don't get Bloodthirster. It means your heals remain more relevant in the laning phase for longer. Morgana is the same old Morgana she's always been. Very strong, but still just a Morgana.
Alright, Pinkcore gets spotted out. There's actually a teleport going down to the Tri-Bush right now as they want to actually go for this. Dragon is live. They don't want to force out a team fight here. Nice bubble! Stopping the descent. Bringing him on a ride there. Zeiss is going to get a bunch of damage to Obvious. Soak up that ace in the hole. They're going to look to turn a Prawn Bear here. He gets bound up by that cocoon. And the culling comes out as they're just going to try to zone them away. Waterfox is there. That big bomb doing a bunch of damage as they're forced to repel and disengage from that. As all 5 members are down there currently. They're going to actually look for a push us at a tier 1 here. Sonic Wave. No Resonating Strike though as he's going in solo. 1v4. And that should signal a dragon for SK Prime. And he's going to stop the backs of N Faculty. So this could be very risky for them. They'll clear out the ward. They'll look to go straight on into this one. Sonic Wave connects again from Obvious. But not going to go in. As this dragon, it's going to be uncontested. There's no smite there. Obvious is backing on off. And it'll go over to Team SK Prime.
Yeah, SK Prime there, because of that final Mega Inferno Bomb in the fight, were able to chunk off maybe an extra third of the health of most of N Faculty. That was what forced them to back away from the dragon. That was what gave them the control to start it up. And hence, they couldn't go all in and try and team fight after that because they'd already taken just too much damage. They were all down to about half. Regenerating up, yes, but by the time they got there, too late. Sigu!
Oh, nice cocoon going. They're looking for Sigu. They dash forward.
Okay, maybe not.
Though. Able to peel them off. Ignite comes through. Smitty J. He's going to get ignited and just run right on the way.
Oh, well. Oh. Honestly surprised Sigu survived, but I should have known it is Lulu after all. He of the many shields and health gain abilities.
Now?
Waterfox, 200.
Oh, they flash in. They're going up to Obvious here. They do a bunch of damage. They kill him mid-safeguard. Wow. Deny ever taking the blue buff. Mountain taking a bunch of damage as well. Sigu's very low. Gotta be careful with where he positions. He saw the bouncing bomb go straight towards him. And this blue buff, they want to give it to Waterfox. They want to make sure he can keep farming it up. Prawn Bear, he does have flash. He doesn't have his ultimate though, so let's be very mindful of that. Blue buff goes over to Waterfox. Titan zoning away. But meanwhile, the culling comes out down bot. Steelback was his target. Not able to kill him before the heal. Is he going to go for it, though, is the question. He could try. Ace in the hole is not up either. But Hadal gonna back right on up.
They've only got one Doran's Blade each, so they've got very little lifesteal, so they don't want to stay in there for too long. And now, SK Prime built themselves a small advantage, but they're not really starting to crush and to catch people out. And as time goes by, Prombear is getting really quite scary farmed, and that could be a real problem.
Oh, Siggy gets some poke. They kill the ward though. SK's gonna be looking to back off here. There is the flash binding. Oh, they both flash it. Nice tidal wave onto 3, but here comes Prombear from the side, flanking in, looking to go out to the Water Fox, but he's gonna disengage, get bubbled and satcheled, gets the shield, and he really has to peel off. Smitty J though, not gonna give up this chase. Irelia chasing down for quite the while. Burnout comes through, and the Glitter Lance and the binding, and they can just completely disengage from end faculty.
Yeah, it looks like they will be okay for that one, but yeah. Prombear not really achieving all that much with his large amount of farm and pretty significant damage at this stage. Smitty J gonna have to return to top lane though. One of the weaknesses of Irelia, obviously, pretty poor or you know, only acceptable wave clear without that ultimate available. So now, Shyvana can push her out if she's stronger in a one-on-one and then rotate, and Smitty J might still be stuck in that top lane, or use her ultimate, wave clear, but then be there very late to the fight, or be there early to the fight but without her ultimate, which is obviously a big chunk of her damage. So, and then Faculty take advantage of it. Looks at the moment like they just want to siege mid, which works well with their amount of kite and disengage.
Oh, they're gonna clear out that ward. That'd be fine. They're kind of hanging around towards mid still. It looks like Smitty J is gonna go join the team though. He's gonna try to maybe get a flank off or something like that. There are no wards that spot him out, so he could just jump in on obvious when he sees him. Decides not to. Lets him go back to the Wraiths, and this tier 1 should be going down. I don't think they can do anything about it. Cocoon comes out, and yeah, zone was established, and SK Prime get a free turret.
Yep, gonna keep pushing that advantage. And Faculty, can they take advantage of Prombear here? Right, they know Irelia is likely to go back up there to stop her. They do have no TP available on Prombear, but they could just get that 4 versus 5. It would really work in their favor. At the moment, not happening though. And the siege is very strong from SK Prime, so you have to engage if you're in Faculty. You can't just rely on your split push. At the moment, the harass from the Ziggs at tower is really good. It's a weird thing where both of the teams are very strong if they're just pushing the enemy up against the tower.
Yeah, and the CS for Water Fox is just going to keep growing. He's still at that 20+ minute mark, so able to just keep it up, keep it going, and 40 above his opponent, or 50 above his opponent right now in Sigu, so he's gonna be mindful. And that River Spirit Nami skin in that back is so cool.
Very ethereal. I don't know though.
Melodic.
Kind of like Koi Nami, but better. Without that pun.
Koi Nami doesn't have the song though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's a better version, but it's still like just Nami with some like rainbow colors attached.
I guess I give that to you. Alright.
Not as many interesting particle effects or animations or anything like that. I don't know. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah. For a 975 RP skin, not bad. You get a lot more 2 cents on that.
Oh,
I
okay,
think so.
right. I thought it was 1300. I might be going mad, but Sigu's in trouble.
Wow, that was a lot of damage. He even pops the culling but gets bound up. Smitty J going out to Prombear now though. He's actually winning out the trade. The 10 style damage and some crits helping him out. And his eyes hit all just doesn't care. He's going to go forward again here. Dodges the binding this time. Dashes forward, gets the crits, but the black shield and the shield from Sigu keep him alive. Trying to force out that wild growth. Very close to. But 20 seconds left on Dragon, and they have the timing on it. They should just look to prepare that. Binding connects though on his eyes. He takes so much damage, but nothing else to follow up.
Well, not that much sustain though, but here comes the siege. The push in on the tower, Mountain trying to threaten them away, and Shyvana is actually flanking this. This could be really bad, but they dodge the hook.
Oh boy,
Fine.
Black Shield's gonna stop the tidal wave. They do get in there. They find the kick on Water Fox. He goes back into the shackles. Satchel charge away though, exhausted up. Rumble everything. They're using a peel him. He falls though. Prombear will pick that kill up, but in the meantime, 2-3 members of and Faculty go down. Steelback follows suit. That'll be the 4 for 1 in the favor of SK Prime and Faculty forcing that a little too hard.
Yeah, they went quite deep looking for the Ziggs kill, and in fairness, they did knock him back. They did focus him down, but then they were all in a tiny bundle. They all got hit by the Ziggs ultimate and the Q, so he'd done most of his damage before he died, and then Aurelia TP'd in. And she cleans up so well against super low health targets, like we saw there, because you just Blade Surge in, you get the reset.
Oh, alright, Little Lance peels him off. He's looking for it, he wants it. But this Baron's going to go down. There's nothing stopping it. Unless it gets miraculously stolen by Sigyu, it's going to go to SK Prime just fine.
Yeah, so big advantages now. SK Prime really starting to take their lead and run with it at the moment. Ziz is especially looking extremely scary. Infinity Edge, he's got his Shiv. He's going to go back now with 1,500, 1,600 gold. That is going to be the components of a Last Whisper. That all told means he is just a real terror with the amount of damage he got. Actually chosen to go for Bilgewater, interestingly. It seems to be a thing we're seeing more and more.
Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King, very feasible. People not too well tested with the Bloodthirster yet, so deciding not to go for it. Keeping it a fairly simple build. IE and a static Shiv, and then just Blade of the Ruined King to wrap it up and you're good. Water Fox gets the blue buff. They go to Prawn Bear though. He's got Dragon's Descent. There's a Satchel Charge, Blade of the Ruined King, and he should be flying along here. There he goes.
What strikes me as odd about the Lucian build here, though, is that with the Blade of the Ruined King, he's just not going to have that Last Whisper at a time when Prawn Bear is already up to 183 armor, and when Prawn Bear is going to be diving him really, really hard. That seems to me like it may not be the most long-term decisions, but at the same time, he may just choose to leave it as a Bilgewater Cutlass and then go for the Last Whisper. That way, he'd have the lifesteal even without committing item slots to his Door and Blade. That's probably the reasoning there. But right now, it doesn't really matter because he's just hitting towers.
Yep. So the tier 1 up top is going to go down. SpayJ able to get that one. Prawn Bear does not want to fight the Aurelia at this point. And SK Prime in a very dominating lead. They're looking to just keep on pushing their advantage and get this tier 2. It should be no problem. The infused passive from the auto attack of Water Fox, able to shred down turrets. And this should be the way that it goes down. There it goes. And Faculty just really on the back legs again, looking to hold out here. But they have their work cut out for them. They're still bearing up. They're gonna have this now inhibitor turret being pressured. If they get the binding and a good kick, maybe they can win the fight, but they're a little too spread out.
And they don't really have much engage without Shyvana, who's committed in the top lane. If they get this tower, that's an easy inhib siege. This is really, really bad.
Oh boy. So, they get the Mikhails to heal him up a little bit. Hidal able to just keep on going through. I think and Faculty just need to group up and just try to 5-man fight this. If they don't, just surrender. But they're looking for bindings, they're looking for the poke they can get. Cocoon connects in there. Hidal is just being uncontested. They can't do anything to him right now. He's too far in the back line. Ziggs bombs, he's being so annoying at this point, and that inhibitor is gonna fall.
He didn't even have time to get Shyvana back and try for a desperation engage. So, damn, that's bad. But actually, Water Fox did just get hit by that, but Sigyu, had he known that Black Shield was coming or expected it, might have actually kept going on that attempted pick, but did not happen, and now ending this could be challenging.
Yep, so this tier 2 gonna go down, as now they make their way up towards the top side. They want to keep pushing inhibitors. They still have Baron for a rough 30 seconds, so gotta make the best of it. Cocoon comes out, doesn't connect. Oh boy, so they'll let the Super Minions do their thing too.
Something.
Yeah, I don't know, and Faculty has to do something. They can't just let this push keep happening. There's no reason to let this keep happening.
Warned you about the sieges, bro. I am falling down all these big autos on towers. It doesn't really work. We might try for an engage here. I mean, because they've got decent engage. Maybe they're desperately trying to wait for the Baron to time out here, and the disengage is strong from SK Prime, so that's going to be a problem for them. But you can't just keep bleeding towers like this, because the gold gap is going to get so big they won't be able to fight at all.
Oh, there's one binding. This is a little bit of damage from Lulu, and I think there's a huge wave down bot. There's Super Minions already pushing it on mid. Those Nexus turrets are being threatened. And Hidal just walks up, takes a turret shot, just walks back. And I think this inhibitor is gonna end up falling. Yeah.
Nexus Tower.
The turret's gonna go down. They find a little bit of damage on his eyes. They repel out Water Fox. Spinny Jace taking much damage. He actually cannot find the kill. They get the Mega Inferno Bomb, but it doesn't do enough. Mount only found one on the Shackle. Ace in the hole comes through. Mountain's gonna follow suit. Two members down. There's the culling, and that's 3 members extremely low. That inhibitor is gonna go down. They could look to try to end the game. There's 30 seconds on the timers, and they do have some good sustain still, and they do have some super beans in the base, and they might try to go for it.
I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, they're gonna play it safe. 2 inhibs, and they can probably look to try and just siege down this inhib tower here. That's probably an acceptable result, and I say acceptable in the most tongue-in-cheek way possible because that was a brilliant result for SK Prime. I mean, they started on a siege on 1 tower with the Baron, and then they managed to pick themselves up 2 inhibs in that 1 attempted push, that 1 Baron buff, increasing the gold lead now to 10k gold, and suddenly End Faculty are reeling.
Yeah, and both Hadal and Zaitan had 2,000 plus gold. GG comes out, and Faculty surrenders it up. That'll be game 1 over to SK Prime. I pretty much called that was gonna happen. They needed to fight, or they were just gonna lose. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna go to game 2 with SK Prime having that 1 game lead, and Broken Shard meshing pretty well with the SK Prime crew. We'll see if End Faculty can bring it to a game 3. But we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we'll have it ready for you guys.